Todd, how many weeks have you been out here?
I've been doing this. This is probably my 5th time out here, and if you remember, I was out here in 2016 on the eve of the Trump election. I'm not here for Trump, but I've been out here now since then about 5 times. It started with just me, and well, you can see on camera it's quite a few more people now. So we've started networking. We're getting to know people in the area that feel the same way we do, and a lot of the feedback I got was people that were like, you know, I saw you out there, but I heard people shouting negative things at you, and I didn't want to come, and I felt, you know, publicly pressured not to. So we've got a group of people who are starting to speak out now, and guys, we're going to be here every Monday. And we're going to keep doing this until they reopen our parks, until they reopen small business. If Walmart can be open, like, for goodness sakes, there's no reason you can't take your dog down to the park, to the reforestation. I was recently at Peters Woods, just north of Centerton, same thing, gated right off. There's nobody there, like, there's no reason for it.
So is that your message? What's your message?
My message right now is basically we just need to reopen, you know, with controlled measures. I'm not saying let's just do it, but I'm saying with controlled measures like we have across the road at the bank, people standing, you know, away from each other. There's no reason that we can't open our parks, our green spaces, the beach, and ultimately small business. If large business can operate, there's absolutely no reason that you shouldn't be able to go downtown Cobourg, which already has enough time. You know, people here have a hard enough time making it as it is. This is a tough strip to make it on, you know, and you're not making it any easier by telling them they can't be open. So it's just, you know, in all fairness, we need to get things back up and running again.
Were you at Queen's Park?
I might have been there. You might have saw Todd at Queen's Park there on, I mean, what is today? I guess it was Saturday.
Tell me about, so I'm sure you must have heard the Premier said bunch of yahoos.
Oh yeah, he called us a bunch of yahoos and all that, and you know what? I voted for Doug Ford. Like, you know, I don't hate the guy or nothing, but sure, he's gonna come out, he's got stuff, he's gonna say that, but he's a politician. He's going to say all sorts of wonderful things, but ultimately the crowd there was excellent. Everybody there was fairly well spoken. Of course, the media is going to take the little bits of stuff that might have been not as palatable to most people and spun it. But quite honestly, the media, if you looked at what they were presenting, were very, very short clips of us and then long clips of Doug Ford, like, bashing us and all that. And I'm not bashing Doug Ford, man. We were really hoping Doug would come out and talk to us. But you know, it is what it is. But you can also expect numbers are probably going to be a bit bigger in Toronto here shortly too. Like, it's people are starting to wake up, you know, and yeah.
What, you've got easily more than 5 people here.
Yeah, I think so.
What police have gone by? Anybody
yeah, the police came by earlier. Quite honestly, I'm hard of hearing, and there was a vehicle going by, and I didn't hear his message. But everybody was like, yeah, absolutely, no problem. And I think his message was, you know, just try and keep your distance and all that stuff. You guys don't give us any problems. We're not going to give us any problems. And you know what? I love the Cobourg police, man. They're great. I mean, honestly, like, they're a great bunch of cops, and I haven't had any problems with them. They haven't come down here and harassed us, nothing like that. And quite frankly, a couple of them were giving us the nod on the way by. So I think the cops are waking up to what's going on here too. So, you know, kudos to the Cobourg police.
And you've got a petition. What's the petition for?
And the petition is, like I say, is to open green space. We're starting off small. We're just saying we really want to open up our green spaces. We want our parks back open. We want the beach back open. We want the reforestation back open. Like I said, I was recently at Peters Woods, north of Centerton. It was closed as well. And we were actually up in Warsaw a few days ago, and they're open. So the municipality there is still allowing people to go out there and do their thing, but they've got the, you know, controlled measures messages there, and the police were around talking with people, but at no point was anybody harassed, at no point was anybody told they're not allowed to enjoy the parks, because quite frankly, there are parks. We pay for the parks, you know.
So I guess the message is, and forgive me, and obviously correct me, but I mean, you're not saying this is a phony disease by any means.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm accepting it's probably a real disease. I mean, it's probably out there, it's probably happening. But if you look across the road, RBC is still open. How hypocritical is it of our municipalities, our federal and our provincial governments to say that your small businesses can't be open, but everybody who's rubbing elbows with big corporations and the government, they can stay open, make a buck. Walmart right now is recording huge profits. The LCBO is recording high profits. Like, all these government entity type businesses and whatnot, they're still being allowed to operate. And if you ask me, it's pretty darn hypocritical for someone to say our BC can be open, but let me give you, Somerville's can't be open, or the flower shop can't be open. My body, my choice. If I make the choice to go in and, you know, give business to those businesses, that should be my choice. If you want to stay home and all that, that's your choice. Freedom, man. Freedom, you know. our grandparents, my grandfather was he was in France. He was there, man. He's fighting for freedom, and I'd hate to see what he would be saying today if he was still alive, seeing what's going on. You know, we came from pioneers. We came from people who conquered the West. Men like David Thompson, who discovered the Northwest Trail. We're trailblazers, man. We're like men and women that built this country, went to war, fought, build these great buildings. Why are we hiding?
But do you understand there's a need, or there was a need, to flatten the curve, so to speak?
Sure, absolutely, and that was some time ago. And you know, the media was really trying to scare people and saying there was a huge wave coming. And when that was happening, I was at the store buying masks. I went and bought long-term storable food. I was getting prepared too because I saw it as a potential serious threat. But time's gone on now. Things are starting to calm down, you know. Like I say, the bank's still open, so if everybody feels comfortable enough to go to the bank, they can still wear the gloves, they can still wear their masks. There's absolutely no reason, and it's hypocritical for our government to tell people that they cannot make money. That's one of the most fundamental human rights, is your right to go and make money. And if they hold us down like that, what's going to end up happening is you're gonna have you know, a welfare state. People are going to start, and you want to get even further into it, you're going to talk about hyperinflation because they're going to have to be printing money, and you know, I mean, it just keeps going on and on. It's a small problem, but it will fester if we don't get back to work. You know?